Spartans! What is your profession?
I've never been afraid to walk away. Left the shadows in yesterday. They thought they owned the lock and key, but I'm the storm they didn't see. They whispered out behind my back, thought my strength was what I'd lack. But I've turned scars into a flame. Their doubts just fuel my untamed. Walked away with my head held high, left their chains beneath the sky. They thought I'd crumble, thought I'd fall, but I'm the one who breaks the wall. I've never been afraid to let it all go. They thought they held the strings on my show, bound by their words, but they don't know. I'm the storm, I'm the fire, I'm the glow. They thought my roots would never grow in fields where winds of freedom blow, but here I stand, unshaken, bold, a story no one else could hold. They thought rebel left when silence calls. They thought my song would fade away, but I'm the voice they can't betray. I've left behind the chains they made. Their whispers tried to make me afraid, but I don't bow, I don't obey. I walk my path, I find my way. With my head held high, left their chains beneath the sky. They thought I'd crumble, thought I'd fall, but I'm the one who breaks the wall. Every scar, every step, every tear, built my armor, made it clear. I'm unbroken, I'm sincere. I've walked away, I have no fear.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. How is everyone doing tonight? It is my great pleasure to have you here with me, allowing me to add a little bit more value into your lives. I am Tickle Truff. We are engineered to win, or as some of my friends like to say, I do my very, very best to annoy you. Yes, you, yes, to success.
Bruh.
How is everyone doing tonight? Hopefully you are having a phenomenal week. It's only the second day, right, of the work week at least. And I want to know how you are doing. How is your week going? Mine is going great. Learning so much, doing so much. I am bouncing from here to here to here. Different applications, figuring different things out, furthering my automation, all this cool stuff. So I am having when I get to work, it is my great pleasure. So I'm having a great week. I'm able to explore so many different things. Let me know how your week is going, all that good stuff. We do have to get to work though. So the plan for tonight, we're gonna get our token hit, and I'm gonna tell you about how Google, they have threatened me, right? So being that they threatened me, I am going to adhere to their threat, and I am going to work on the time cost calculator, prepping that for deployment. I'll tell you about that once we get to that part of the show, and as well throughout the show. Any questions in the chat, if you want to call in, the link is pinned to the top of the chat. I will turn the call-in link on after, hopefully I remember, but after we work on getting our token hit, we're doing a little bit of vibe coding. I will turn on the call-in link, and you can call me anytime during the show. You can ask me questions in the chat. I will make sure I answer every question or every call, and we will go from there. Right. So that is the plan for today. But before we get to work, before we get to our vibe coding, I have to do a little bit of housekeeping, So first and foremost, I gotta say a big, big, big thank you and shout out to all of the subscribers to the channel, those who are brand new, those who have been with me for a very, very long time, those who watch from the clouds, yes, those who watch from the clouds, as well as those who are with me on the live stream, in the comments, all of you. I appreciate every single last one of you, because you could be anywhere. You could be watching anything else, but you decided to give me a few minutes of your time to let me show you some of this amazing, amazing tech game. So thank you so much. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you.
And I gotta give a big, big shout out to all of the Tech Coach Ralph Patreon members, my Tech Barbarians, I work with them one-on-one, my Tech Prodigy members, I work with them one-on-one, my Technical Explorers, who are soaking up all the game in our Vibe Code and Chill sessions and watching the playback of our Scrum Nights. All of you guys, thank you guys so much. And we are working so hard, and that there's only one reason because of that. There is one reason. Your discipline, your dedication means that you, yes, you are the best. We are the best.
We the best.
And of course, always, always, always shout out to my tech mercenaries who support. Those are the YouTube members who support this channel, allowing me to come on YouTube day in and day out to add value to hopefully billions and billions. I'm telling you, I've had people reach out to me from Taiwan. I've gotten comments in Russian, in a whole bunch of different languages. So we are going so far, traveling the entire globe. So I just want to say thank you to my tech mercenaries. Give a big, big shout out to them. Let's get it.
Let's get it.
If you have not done so already, techcoachralph.dev, sign up today. This coming Saturday, I'm going to schedule it between tonight and tomorrow. We have another Vibe Code and Chill session. I have so many credits to burn. So I might even start it earlier than normal because I have a call at 5. So I might start it earlier so I can spend maybe like 3 hours working on different things, answering your questions, talking to you guys, giving some insight, sharing what I'm doing, maybe creating some prototypes for some people. Who knows? It is my time with you guys to work together. So that's going to be a Google Meet. That's going to be this coming Saturday, Vibe Code and Chill with Tech Coach Ralph at techcoachralph.dev. All right. So if you haven't done so, sign up today. I'll be posting it in the next couple of days. All right. Other note, tomorrow we are going to be having our morning show. I'm going to be starting earlier because I have a meeting at work at 8:30. So I'm going to be probably starting around 7:15 a.m. We're gonna get in some more work on our N8N workflow, all that good stuff. And then at noon Eastern time, we're going to be premiering software explorations, concept and overviews. I'm putting the finishing touches on the video right now. I am going to be premiering our video of my breakdown of token management, how to have proper token load management. It's specific to, the video is specific to Lovable, but it is applicable to any platform that has tokens and daily allotments and all that good stuff. I don't know how the other platforms work, but I'm going to be sharing with you my different strategies for token load management on the Lovable platform. Hopefully that adds a lot of value into your life, right? So those are our announcements. That's what we have upcoming. And with that being said, I am going to jump into the chat really, really quickly, and then we're going to get to work. And always bright and early, we got my guy Junior in the building. Says, what's up? What's up? What's up, family? What's good with you, Junior? What's happening? Hopefully you are having a phenomenal, phenomenal week. It is always my great pleasure and blessing to have you in the chat, especially right before you go to Bible study. Hearing me might be good that you have Bible study on Tuesdays, because listening to me, it might drive someone to the Lord. I'm just saying.
Bruh.
Anyhow, let's get to work. All right. Where are my banners? All right, boom, there we go. Tech Q&A with Tech Coach Ralph. The link is in the chat, but the calling link is not open yet. Once we get done with our vibe coding, then I will open it up and we will go from there. So let's go over to, I'm not going to work on the, let's go over here, right? I'm not going to work on the, I'm not going to work on the metrics app just yet, right? Let's go to this one. I'm going to work on the, because the metrics app, I need to figure out what's going on with the Jira API key. It turns out that I was wrong. I was wrong. The only reason that I was able to use Talend inside of the browser is because it is sharing my authentication with my logged in session of Jira. When I tried it in Postman, with Postman, it told me,
do not come.
That's what it told me. I was devastated. So I need to spend some time. Maybe I'll do that on Saturday, but I need to spend some time figuring out how to connect to the Jira API so that, because right now my GitHub information is flowing through, but I need to connect to Jira because there's some calculations for my dashboard that I need to do in Jira. So that is what I'm going to be working on over the next couple of days because I'm kind of handcuffed right now by not being able to get into Jira. All right, so we're going to go back to working on the homeschool application, adding a little bit more features and all of that good stuff. All right, so with that being said, I'm going to throw up 20 minutes just in case.
It's time to do.
And something says something about my project being out of date. I don't know what that means. Let me update. Let me see what happens. I've never seen this before. Missing. Oh, okay. Let's do that. I don't know how it got missing, but what I learned is the lovable tagger is what actually puts, I will show you. But what in the world is going on here? I understand you'd like to update the project template to the latest level version. However, as an AI system working on lovable, I really don't have the ability to update the underlying project template or lovable version directly. Here are ways you can update the project to the latest lovable version. Create a new project, manual updates. What are they talking about? Let me see something real quick. Because I had seen something about, so basically what the lovable tagger is when it's telling you inside of the, if I go over to, I had some crazy stuff happen on this project over the weekend. So if I go, oops, not that. If I go here, and I figured out that the lovable tagger is when you go to inspect, it's not there. So when it tells you the exact location of the issue, of not issue, but the exact location of something in here, that is the lovable tagger, but it is not here right now. So that is not good. Let me see. I wasn't expecting that to happen. Let's go and do. Let's go and do. Let me see what's happening. This is weird. Let me see. Let's see what's going on here. I'm telling you, there's always something. It is always something. Everybody has a plan, right? How do they say? Everybody has a plan until you get punched in the mouth. So let's go here and let me see what happened. Git pull. So this is up to date. And lovable tagger is in here. Let me see. Git push. What happens if I do a push? Everything's up to date. All right. So something weird happened to my project. Let's see. Let me take a look at another project. Let's see. So, lovable tagger, import vite config ts. So this has, are these the same? Because it's gonna be tough to work on this without the right version, or without this part, because this is a big part of lovable. All right, let me see. We have this import fallback if it's not available. Let me see what's going on here. Let's see. If I go to here, and they have it. I'm just comparing it to another project right now. Let me see. Development mode and component tagger. Okay, so what if I were to take that off? What if we did this? That's how it looks on the other project. And I do get status. I don't know what all these things are. Get commit. What branch am I on actually? Get branch. Okay, I'm on the main branch. Okay, so let's do get commit m. Get commit m. Fixed lovable tagger for project. Oh, we gotta do the vite. All right, let's do that. Now let's go back over here and go back over here. Let's see what happens with that. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. We got our lovable tagger back in the building. Woo, that was scary. Scary. Remind me to tell you about I had a Ric Flair moment yesterday. I will tell you about it after we are done working on this project. All right, so let's go ahead and close this out. And let me see, what do we need to do on this application? So I'm already logged in. All right, cool. So where did we leave off? Where are my notes? So we wanted to, let's do some basic stuff, right? Let's do some basic stuff. So let's go over to Hives. Let's go to this group over here. Or nobody. Let's not do that one. Well, there's 4 members, but I can't see. Oh, you must be. All right, let me join. And we go over to. So this one works. View part. Okay, let me say if I join. Okay, so let's go over to here. And we got group activities.tsx. And I will say, this would be group activities dialogue. All right, cool, perfect. So I'm going to say in the group activities dialog box or dialog, say group activities like this. It should show the member name who are participating in the activity, but it is only showing group member and the date they joined the activity for the activity. We need that to show the actual member username so that members of the group can know who plans to attend. All right, let's do that one first. Let me see, what else did we have? I'm gonna take the Google thing off, but I'll do that one manually. All right, so I also said I wanted to be able to move this up here. I also wanted to be able to the community public events need to view details, and can we archive the past? So I think we could do move to the bottom, past events, and say view past events. Have them go back as far as 60 days so you can see the past events so people can have an idea what's going on. And then you can do see new events. And then like what's going to be shown by default are new events that community members have posted, as well as that other feature for the events, right? So let's see. I don't think I ever got to show it to you because, and I think the API that I had for it ran out. But once we're ready, I will sign up for it again. All right. So I can see the participants showing group member as a placeholder text instead of actual members. Issues that the current query only fetches participant data from the unified event participants, but doesn't join with user profile information. Get the actual name. Let me fix this by updating the query to fetch the actual member name. So I've updated the group activities component. All right, let me see. What is the issue? What is your malfunction? Select query could not find a relationship between unified. You're probably gonna have to do some type of database thing. Let's try to fix it. That might end up taking another credit from us, but that is okay. We got tokens to burn. I got 81 tokens, and my account. When does this renew? This is going to renew on August 13. August 13? That is early. That is early. All right, so we're going to have to do some serious work over the weekend. We're going to be doing some serious work in our Vibe Code and Chill session over the weekend. Maybe on this account. Hopefully I'll have the, what do you call it? The Jira thing figured out at that point. So we can, I got a lot of tokens. I am not, maybe I'm not an addict anymore. Is that possible? Is it possible that I'm no longer addicted to tokens? Or I'm just that functional, right? Maybe I'm just that functional. I don't know. All right, let's see what happened. It did a bunch of stuff. Let's fix some more. While that's happening, I'm going to go over to events. And all right, we got this in here. Let's say we view details. We got all that in there. I don't think this is necessary. We can try getting rid of those. Let's see what else. So we got this. So I wanted to say events in the past. We want to have, I wonder if this is still working. Let's see. Miami, Florida. Is this still working? I think the API key ran out. But basically what happened here? Let's see what happened. Invalid time value. I don't know what that means. Maybe that thing, maybe that API is no longer working, because what that API what that API would do is use Google Events to find nearby events, and it was it is really really good. So once we're ready to go live, I'm definitely going to implement that. Let me try again. Miami, Florida, search. So that's the name of it, has data, but I'm pretty sure that my API key is ran out because I got an email from them the other day. And if that's the case, it's not going to return us any data, and maybe that's why it's failing. While that's happening, let's take a look at this. Still errors. Let's try to fix. I think it's going to be a. I think they just need to do a database update thingy. Let's see here. And I'm going to end up wasting a credit because we need to join these tables. Okay, so let's see if that's going to happen. Because normally it'll tell you, oh, we need to make these changes. Let's see. Did it work? All right, let's take a look. Has data. Oh wait, it is finding the data, but you can see here, free family fun day, but something is causing invalid time value. Well, let's try to fix that. Let's try to fix that as well. So before we worry about that, here we go. Let me take this. Let's say, well, I have it here. When I click on the search for nearby events, while the query is being made, it returns in a blank page with an error in the console saying, boom. All right, so while that's doing its thing, I'm going to go and check our hives, view details. Let's go to activities, view participants. Oh, look at that. I am right there. Let's go.
Freaking awesome.
All right. So, let that do its thing. All right. So now I can see this is a range error invalid time value, which typically occurs when trying to format or parse an invalid date. Looking at the code, it's likely that it's happening on the has data event card, the component, when it tries to format event dates and times. Let me examine the issue. The issue is probably in the format time and time zone. Let's see. It might be returning data in an unexpected format. I've added comprehensive error logging. All right, so let's try that part again. So this part is good. Let's go over here. Events. And if we do Miami, Florida, search. Oh, let me see. Console, event display time. Let's see. Well, let me not worry about this one for now. I'd rather get the new upcoming events at the top and so let's say I would like to archive I'd like to show past events in the community/events tab in a separate section that is collapsed by default, named view past events, community events. The current section should only display upcoming events, and it should be named view upcoming community events. So that is what we want. Send that off. All right, so that's on its way. I am bothered by the has data thing. I am going to say for now, ignore trying to format the time in our format and just put in the time zone when you use the has data, because it's a really, really cool feature. I like it a lot. That's one of the reasons that I'm really looking forward to, because I know they were speaking to my wife and hearing her talk about like her friends. They're always looking for events to do, and if you can see what events are coming up in the next 30 days, it'll better help you plan and strategize what you're going to do for like your children and your hive. You know what I mean? We're gonna keep working until we use up all of our tokens, or until the re-up man comes, whichever comes first. But all right, so let's see. It says, I'll help you organize community events section to show upcoming events separately from past events with a collapsible section for past events. Cool. Let's go over here and refresh that. We have view upcoming events. So, all right, so we have a little bit of an issue here, right? View past. All right, so I would rather, I'd rather make this change myself instead of, because I know I can do this change more. So this is good here. What I'm going to do, which, you see how many credits I could show you me doing it as well, but I want this to be moved under here, this to be above it, and view upcoming community events to be right here where it is. All right. Let's see. I know I can do it better, more exactly the way that I want it to be. So let's try to fix this issue then. Let's try to fix this issue. So let's do Boca Raton, Florida. And you'll be surprised, like when I saw how many events were actually available here. So and here's the deal. Here's the reason that it's not working as well is because all the work that we did to get the time zones to work, now it's trying to pull in these events with the format of the time zone that we're trying to use, and it's telling it, saying nope, we're not budging. So let me go ahead and take this and say I'm still getting the error when trying to pull in the nearby events. If the issue is the time zone trying to be formatted into our events card, can we ignore our time zone format or our time zone display format and use whatever is on the card or whatever is retrieved from the API for the upcoming or for the nearby events, so that we can display and not have an error page. If possible, can we just add the time zone next to the time in the pulled in data? But if that's not possible, that's perfectly okay too. That's perfectly okay too. All right, let's try that. Let's try that. And how many do we have? We have 2 left, so should be good. Let me see what I had on my list. So we got that one. And then the only other thing we had was our reoccurring events. Looking at and I think, I think if I can get this stuff implemented, we should be good to go on this project. Probably need some beta testers. Looking at the error, it's still a time date parsing issue. The problem is likely has data returns time formats that our time zone utilities can't handle. Let me create a simplified time display component specifically for has data events that bypass our complex time zone handling. I've created a time display component that bypasses our complex. It just shows the raw time data from has data. This should prevent. All right, so let's do that. Let's refresh. Let's do Boca Raton, Florida. Search. Let's see what we get. Oh, come on. Come on. Let me refresh it a few more times. Sometimes you got to refresh it a few times, because it might be a nasty cache that's happening. Let's say Miami, Florida again. Search. If that, oh, come on. Come on. Let's see how, oh, what's this? Let's see how the format is coming in. Date. I don't see a time. Oh, you see that? The way that they're putting the time in is this way. They might put it however they feel like it, actually. No. Let's see. Okay, so there is no clear way that they're putting in the time. So the error that we're getting is error formatting date using raw value, range error, invalid time value. And that's for a bunch of places. So I will copy this. And let's say, so we are still getting that error. Can we totally ignore the date format when using a has data API call? We should just display exactly what they are returning for the time value. We can probably do an if statement that says if they are using has data, just put in the string value of the field. However, comma, if they are using our internal events, they should use our complex time zone component. Let's see what happens. And these are the type of rabbit holes you can end up going with where Lovable is not really able to fix it. I would probably go into Gemini if this prompt was not to work. It says, let's modify the has data card of event card to bypass all date time formatting for has data events and just display the raw string values from the API. But this is why I say that if you are, using these AI tools to start building applications and stuff like that, just relying on it to just build the whole thing for you is not going to get you there. It'll start the way, right? But you're going to get stuck at some point. And after we're done with this segment, I'm going to turn on the calling link, but I'm going to tell you how I caught a major defect today, and why I'd rather you mess up when you're working with me than you mess up on the job. Mess up in practice, mess up in training camp. Do not mess up during Game 7 of the NBA Finals. All right, so let's go to here. All right, so let's try this again. And I'm going to say, try Boko again. Search. Let's see. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. So now what I can do, I can just go in there myself and I can map the value that we're getting back from. So what I'll probably do is I'll probably go in there and play with the CSS for these colors and map the value for where the time is supposed to be displayed. And it'll be cool that way, right? So, but this is pulling in from an API called has data, which is something I want to implement, but I need to find a way to cache the upcoming events, because it can become really, really pricey, or you can end up using all of your API tokens, API credits really, really quickly. But imagine that you have a way to see all of the upcoming events that are in your area for the next week or so, or for the next 30. I think I said it to 30 days, right? But all the things that are upcoming, the locations. Let me see something. If I do view details, something that I'm going to want to do is say add to my calendar. So if there's something that is happening, you can say add to your calendar. But that is really, really cool. So that is that. Oh, Blippy. I gotta tell my wife about this. Blippy. The kids love Blippy. All right. Anyways, that is that. I think we're out of credits, right? We are out of credits for this tonight. Yep, we are out of credits. Let's get it. I'm gonna go back to full screen. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you thought about I'm saying at least every day, use up your five credits, your 5 tokens, so that you can continue getting the reps in, keep getting the reps in, so that you can and your application will continue to progress. All right, so let's wrap that up. All right, let me pull this down and let me turn on the call-in link, like I said I would do, as I promised to do. Let's go to call-in link is now active. The link to call-in is pinned to the top of the chat and in the description if anyone wants to have a conversation. All right, let me get to the chat and then we'll get to my first topic for tonight. Let me see. We got my guy ABJ, wise and strong, in the building. Says, what's good, chat? What's good, Ruff? What's good with you, ABJ? Always a pleasure and a blessing to have you in the building. We got my guy Rod Brown in the building. Looking forward to his next live stream tomorrow night, although he has not announced it yet, but I am manifesting it right now.
We the best. Let's get it.
We got my guy Chris Parks in the building. What's good with you, Chris? Hopefully all is going well with you. Hopefully you are doing phenomenal. Chris Parks also says, man, I just had a come to Jesus moment. I just realized today that front end coding is it is. It really is. And that's why I always love back end coding because it's mostly APIs and stuff like that. I love back end testing because you don't have to go and test in multiple browsers. But I also love Lovable because it has its flaws. It has flaws, right? And I'll tell you about one of them in a second. But it does a lot of the front end design work for me, and then I can just move stuff. I can do a little bit of tinkering here and there. But I love how Lovable does all of the complex logic for me, and sometimes it goes a little bit overboard. Sometimes it gets a little overzealous, right? But for the most part, we have a great working relationship. Chris Park says, I'm over here thinking building websites is slight work. Where did you hear that at? Who told you that lie? You got Rod Brown over there right now saying,
yeah, I have a lot of questions. Number one, how dare you?
That's what he whispered into my ear. He's like, how dare Chris Parks says that front end design is light work. Let's see. It's Rod Brown. That's a great question. That is a great. You see, look at that. Like, see, I have such a positive effect on people that now Rod Brown is annoying Junior to success, asking Junior, when is that unlisted live stream? That is a great question. That is the world wants to know, Junior, when is that unlisted live stream? But if it's unlisted, how will the world ever know? If a live stream happens unlisted and there's no one around to hear it, did it really happen? I mean, I guess you could say that about that of a public live stream, right? Let's say someone's live streaming and they have 0 viewers. Did it really happen? Technically, yes, because you can always see it on playback. But the unlisted live stream, if a live stream happens in the middle of the forest and there is no one around to hear it, did the live stream really happen? Let's see. Chris Park says, man, I'm running to WordPress. I'll try Lovable too, though. I'll tell you this. It depends on what you want to build. It just depends on what you want to build. What you just saw me working on, WordPress could not build it. It is highly integrated. The other app I'm about to tell you about, we are in user acceptance testing, exploratory testing phase right now. We're aiming for Sunday morning as our official launch date. I couldn't build it on WordPress. I could try. I would come into a lot of limitations. Plugins that might not exist, might be outdated, don't do exactly what I want to do. If I tried to build it myself, it would not happen. So it just depends on it just depends on what your goal is, what you're trying to build. Let's see. Junior says, don't worry about the unlisted streams. I have a posted one now, and ask me to share the link. What? I don't know. I do not know what link that Junior is talking about. To be fair, the link that he's not talking about, the link that I don't know that he's talking about, he also said, do not share this with anyone, right? If the alleged link, if there was a link that Junior was talking about that I know about, that link would have came out with a message that says, do not share with anyone. So therefore, I have absolutely no idea what Junior is talking about, all right?
Ain't believing us.
So that's how it is. That's how it is. Rod Brown says, nothing wrong with WordPress as long as you make it look good. You see, this is the difference between Rod Brown and I, right? Rod Brown is a perfectionist. I am a get it doneist, right? I am a get it doneist. Let's get it out there. Let's learn from it. Let's move forward. Rod Brown is like, well, this one little pixel over here. I just think that if I just do what, like half of a arrow click, so that I can get it halfway over, just so that pixel can be there, then I can release my first on-screen video. And he's been working on that on-camera video since 2024, and then by December or by January 1st, 2025, that pixel did it, and now I can be in front of the world, right? So I'm like, let's just get out there and work. Rod Brown's like, it just has to be perfect. It has to be perfect. So that is the difference. That is the difference between me. I'm like, the UI looks good. We can figure out the looks. Let's get the functionality out. Rod Brown's like, no, looks first. Look. Remember when Rod Brown asked me, what do you think about falling in love with a large language model? And I was like, how does that large language model look? Oh my God, I'm silly. We got my guy Magnetar in the building with the Sith, Coach Ralph.
You don't know the power of the dark side.
What's good with you, Magnetar? Hopefully everything is going well with you. And Junior said it's for the airspace. Junior is involved in all these things. He knows how to fix cars. He knows how to shoot guns. He knows how to. Is it drones that you're flying? Is that what it is for that channel? Is it drones? He knows how to do all of that stuff. Let me see. Magnetar says, is it done if you have to keep going back to tweak it? Yes, it's done. So in software development, we have the idea, the concept of MVP, minimum viable product. So you get something usable out there, and then you make iterations to make it better. So you make it work. And this has always been my motto since forever. You make it work, and then you make it better. So that's the software development model, to get something out there into users' hands quickly, and then you build upon it. So when you think about when an app that you're using has an update, a website has an update, they give you something that works, but they have a whole list of features that they want to add and iterate on to keep you coming back, for more. And you should say for the drone. Oh man, I need some drone help. I have not used my drone in months because number one, I don't have really time to fly it, but number two, getting good at controlling it is it's serious. It is serious, right? Let me see. Magnetar says, wake me up when if he ends up working for the government. You're going to be sleeping for a very, very, very long time, Magnetar. I don't want you to sleep that long. I do not want you to sleep that long. Let me see. Rod Brown says, I'm trying to get a project at work to MVP 1. Too many revisions to the concept. That's how it always goes. And that's what, like, I was on a coaching call earlier today, right? Because I have to put, I'm putting like that I'm coaching. I say, all right, you got to create something that's meaningful to you so that you can go back to it, work on it, put something out there, have something to talk about, have talking points. And the person I'm coaching is like, what do? I keep coming up with a new idea to add to it. When do I have do I have a cutoff, or do I just add? I'm like, look, you need to get something that works that people can use. And then, but every time you think about something, add it to the backlog so that you can say, okay, I have this feature to add, I have that feature to add, and I can go back to it and add it later. But you want to get something out there into people's hands so you can start getting their feedback. I'll put it like this. What your users want to do is 1,000 times more important than what you want to do if you are trying to monetize your application, because you might have one vision and your users have a totally different vision for it, and because they are paying, You can still add your stuff, but you prioritize their stuff because that's where the money is coming from.
Money. Hey.
Let's see. Let's see. Junior says, hopefully my channel can help you. I hope so. My problem with the drone is that I have to set up to use it. So I have to like go outside, find the space, fly it and everything like that. So it slows me down. But I'm gonna lie. I'm gonna like, all right, just let you guys know, I'm about to lie. This is about to be a lie, all right? Because I was about to say, I just need to allocate some time because it slows me down. I'm about to have some time opening up as I'm finishing up with this first project. But while we're in our transition phase of testing it out and everything like that, I am already planning on, like, I already started looking at the next project to ramp up on that one. I already started. I am so bad. Hello, my name is Techo Druff, and I have a problem. I am a token fiend. But luckily for me, I am a functioning token fiend.
You're such a nerd.
Yeah, I am. Let's see. Chris Park says, in fact, I'm dealing with that too. I just had my supervisor butt in on an application I'm trying to make. It's not even ready yet. That's what always happens. That's why I had my video yesterday. You gotta stay quiet a little bit longer until it gets that sharing point. Till you can, like, and feedback is great. Let's see. Because now they all got dumb faces because they can't see the vision, but it's because they won't let me finish making a workable version. Yup.
Bruh.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
And that's why I was saying, like, you got to get to a point where now you're just getting feedback instead of saying, oh, do this and do that. You're getting feedback on it. And you can have a conversation about that. So that's basically, I saw you we were talking about that yesterday. Let's see. Rod Brown says, supervisors will always have the most to say about concepts before going to MVP 1. So I say, like, build something out there. And I'll tell you this too as well, Chris. Have a list of things that need to be done and prioritize them. So say, all right, this is what's going to be done for MVP 1, like Rob Brown is saying. This is going to be in 2, and create user stories. If you can, create a Jira board so that you can have it very, very well organized. The reason that MVPs never get to production, or that concept never gets to production, is because they're not organized. So work on getting that organized. It says talking about I need to get buy-in. How? Y'all won't let me finish. My God. Like, I'll tell you this. When I'm asked to get buy-in, I get I'll do what's requested just to do it because that's what's being asked from me. But I'm still gonna do my stuff and get it to a certain point, and then I'm gonna show it. But if you need, talk to this person, talk to that person, I'll do it. But because I'm being requested to, but I'm still gonna do what I have in mind, my vision. And then once I'm done, then I'll take your feedback, right? I don't really care what they have to say before I actually have something tangible. Let's see. Send me the link. All right. I'll send it. If Junior can't send it to you, I'll send it to you. It says, I've learned that seeing is believing 1000%. Don't worry about it. I'll take care of it, Junior. If he can't get it, because I have it, so I'll send it to him as well. All right. Now, let's do this. Let's get to this topic right here, right? So, I'd rather you make mistakes with me instead. All right? So, as I said earlier, we are getting to the brink of finishing up one of our applications, the team that I'm working with, coaching them, all that good stuff. But today, I came across a major defect, and not a major defect in sense of the like something is broken, like you can't use it. A major defect in the sense of on the homepage of the application, a section that was there for the entire for since we started working on it just totally up and disappeared. It totally disappeared. And I'm like, we did some features, and I'll tell you this. Yesterday, before heading to jujitsu, we're making some modifications, getting ready for go live, and I got some CSS stuff done with Vite and Flex and all that good stuff, and I felt like Rick Flair. I was like, that was me. I was so excited. I'm like, oh my god, this is so cool. It looks absolutely phenomenal. Probably next week I'll be able to share with you the application, all of that good stuff. But today I'm like, all right, let me go and test this out. Testing out the upgrade flow and everything like that. And one of the core parts of the application is not on the website anymore. Mind you, we are using and testing the application every single day. And I'm like, where is this thing? I click the button that's supposed to, and it's just not there. I'm like, I know I saw it over the past couple of days, and it's just not there. I'm like, what in the world is going on?
Congratulations, you played yourself.
What's this? Oh, it's only money.
Shout out to my guy, Chris. Thank you so much for that $5 super chat. I'm going to read it in just a second, but let me finish with this, right? But what happens is if this defect, right? If this defect was missed in a regular company, you would be looking at serious consequences, because the homepage, it is the key to your application. If your homepage is messed up, if it's missing information, then you're done. But being that it happened with me, and I'm just now I'm like, this is weird. This isn't here. And I said, hey, I noticed that this isn't here anymore. Did you notice that? And I was like, oh yeah, I thought I saw that, but I wasn't sure, and whatever. And I'm like, this wouldn't be able. I'm thinking like this would not be able to fly, working in whatever company, major company, small company, saying, oh, I like, because you should know, like you should know your product that you're testing. But I was thinking, you know what? I would rather 1,000 times you make this mistake here with me, instead of heading out there into the real world when your job is on the line and you make that mistake there with them, right? Because who knows what their sentiment is. Who knows? Like, what if this defect was to be shipped, and now users are missing a major component of the application, and now they're getting confused. What if it was already out there and then it gets shipped, and now this is missing, and the users are so lost. The further away a defect gets from development, the more expensive it is, right? So that's why I was like, you know what? It is much better. I'm happy that whenever the people I'm training make mistakes, I'm happy that they made it with me, and that we can learn from those. We can iterate on that. We can work on that, so that when you are out there, game 7, fourth quarter, 2 minutes, and Steph Curry steals the ball, dribbling down, passes it to Andre Iguodala, about to lay up to try to tie the game or go down by one, and LeBron James pins it off the backboard, and that's all she wrote. I don't want you to be Steph Curry and Andre Iguodala. I want you to be able to dunk the ball because you caught the actual issues in good timing. It wasn't the developer or somebody else. Hey, why isn't this there? Or what? God forbid, it's a customer who finds it. So that's why I always say, when I'm training, I'm going to try to mimic the real world environment as close as possible. We're not going to be able to do our daily scrums and work during the day because we all have lives. We all have jobs, but you need to the way that you're going to be working on these applications is showing you how you're going to actually be working at your job. So I'd rather be training you now, preparing you now. Kobe Bryant used to train at like 4:00. I read a story in the book Winning by Tim Grover saying that Kobe Bryant wanted to train at like 3 or 4 in the morning, right? Tim Grover shows up. Kobe is already there, drenched in sweat, meaning he had to be at like 1:30, 2 o'clock. I remember Jay Williams told a story that he saw Kobe Bryant at the gym. I think he was playing for Chicago, and he was going to be like, Kobe Bryant was playing Chicago. Kobe Bryant was getting ready to leave the gym, but Kobe Bryant ended up staying for another 2 hours waiting for Jay Williams to be done with his workout. And then he told him, yeah, I was about to leave, but I saw you come in, so I wanted to get into your head so that you saw when you came and you left, and I was still working out. And that's why not only like I annoy you to success because I know what it takes to survive in this tech game, and I'd rather you mess up with me, make your mistakes with me, and then I can help you, I can train you, I can make sure that you're looking at all the angles, not making assumptions, that you are questioning things, saying, this shouldn't be like this, that should, like, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? Question everything. Let's have conversations, let's have discussions, because I'm gonna give Rod, believe it or not, I'm gonna give Rod Brown some credit here. When we were having he called in one time, and we were talking about QA. I can see, even like using Lovable to do a lot of the development and stuff like that, I can see why it is hard to switch from being a engineering mind frame to a QA mind frame. It's hard to see all of those different scenarios and stuff like that. That's why we have QA. It's also important though. It is also important to have your unit test, your integration test, your front end automation test. Because had we had our automation test in place, we could have ran it and it would have told us, oh, this like these sections are showing up on the site. Oh, it failed because this section isn't showing up. We're like, what? Let's go look into that. Oh, something changed. Let's get it back. I was able to identify the change. I was able to get it back on, but this should have been caught a long time ago. So that's why I say the way that I coach, it is intense. It's realistic. I try to mimic the real world environment as best as possible. My 20 years in the tech game, I'm like, all right, this is how we work. And this is how you need to keep you have to look at everything that's happening, right? Keep your head on the swivel. That's the saying, right? Because some mistakes, companies are not willing to let you come back from, all right? So that is my thoughts. Make mistakes with me. Let me help you. Let me help you help yourself so that you can level up and you can run it up. All right, let me check the chat and see what is going on. Let's see. We got Chris Parks with the $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Chris Parks. Let me make this a little smaller so I can read it. Let's see. All right, so Chris Park says, appreciate the advice. I'll give the mouse. Thanks for all the content you put out. I don't always get to tune in, but I'm always watching. Thank you so much. Truly, truly appreciate you. And like I was saying yesterday, we do have our vibe code and chill this Saturday afternoon. Probably gonna start a little bit early. So many tokens to burn. If you're able to join, head technotrap.dev, tune in and join the conversation. We're going to be on Google. I'll create prototypes for you if you want, show you how I do it with David Yeti, and works navigate through when necessary, prompt, all of that good stuff. Let me see. Rod Brown says to retrain your. Rod Brown, you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. Fake in public sector. Trust me, Magnetar, we the sector, yes, is walking stage.
Bruh.
I'm telling you, I said let the DV. I'm because I cannot be waiting hours an appointment. I'm just saying. We got you. Have a wonderful one. Enjoy your Bible study, and I will next time. Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. And the goods will help you if you. Video is what? Is it skipping? Hold on. What's happening over? Oh yeah, it is skipping. Ooh. Let me see what's going on. I think it's. Give me a downloads. Sometimes it's YouTube because my download speed is load speed. That is acting up. My internet is blazing fast. Let's see if we can get it back. Give me a second. Let's see here. It was just I'm looking at it. It goes great and it goes down. It goes great. It goes down. Let's see. Let me know. Let me know. I'm muted? I'm not muted. I think it's YouTube. Am I muted? I'm not muted. I can see sound. A second. I'm looking at it. It's good and it's not good. I think it's YouTube. It's probably YouTube acting up. Oh my goodness. Let me see. Magnus says you can hear me. And Monica ran out of tokens. Tisk, tisk, tisk. I don't know. I don't know. Like YouTube is tripping. Let me see. Let me refresh again. Hopefully, I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it. It's acting up because it's saying that it's not receiving enough data, but it's also saying that it has a good connection speed. So I don't know. Well, I'm gonna try to keep going. Hopefully it gets its act together, but it is not. All right, now it's saying it's good, but it's also saying it's not getting data. I don't know. Let's see. All right. Well, let's go with that. All right. So next thing that we're gonna do tonight, I am going to work. So Google threatened me. Okay, Google threatened me. Yes, they did. They said that you have not used your developer account for a while, and we're going to shut it down if you don't do something. I do have my time cost calculator updates that I do need to deploy. So we are going to go to work on deploying our time cost calculator. Let me get my stuff set up. I need to have a user guide on deploying because I do it like every once in a while, then I forget what needs to be done. Let me move this over here, and let me make sure that I also let's put up 20 minutes, right?
Let's go! Let's go!
So this is what do you call this software? This is Android Studio. We are going to use that to start up our app. Let's go with this one. And we're gonna work on getting the time cost calculator, the latest changes for the time cost calculator, ready for deployment. The sooner I can deploy, the better, because like I said, Google is telling me I have till September 3rd. I have till September 3rd to release or to do something, right? I'm like, all right. I've been meaning to release it. Let me go ahead and release the latest version, the latest changes, and we can go from there. So what are you doing here? Let me see. Oh, that was weird. All right, so these are the latest changes where if I say, let me what? It's not even running. All right, let's close this down. Let's stop that. And I want to go to here, start running it again. And we are going to, let's say we do this, run. So I want to deploy the latest changes that we did to our time cost calculator. Where when you come in, it's going to ask you for your annual income. Let's say you make $500,000 a year. It's going to say an hour of your time is worth $57.08, right? Well, how about that? Get started. It's going to take you in here. And I'll tell you this, everything that you see here was done with Devin. Manus created the features, had it put it into Jira, and then I put it in Devin to say build this out for me, and Devin was able to build it for me. It was absolutely fascinating. All right, I'm just saying, I was excited. I'm just saying. So, and then you can put in the, let's say, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and that would be health, I guess. And we're gonna do 2 hours. So going there for 2 hours would cost you, if you're making $500,000 a year, going there for 2 hours would cost you $114 of your time. Not to mention how much it costs for the class, right? But this is where you decide the value. Is it worth it to you or not? You know, so all that good stuff. So that's basically what the calculator does. Another features that we added to it was having a history of calculations and stuff like that, having reports, and you can have templates for activities as well. So I could say Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and I would say health, default hours 2, additional costs. It's like $10 per class. I don't know. Let's say create. So now we have that template that you can apply when you are in your calculator and you say, do a template, Boom, everything's already filled in for you. So we wanted to play. So you save, you go to history, boom, there you go, right? So we have that. We want to work on deploying. Is that right? Let me see. 2. Yeah, that's right. 120. 120. Yeah, that's right. Cool. Perfect. Just making sure the calculation is right. Okay. So now we want to work on deploying this, right? And I never remember the exact steps. I'd have to go to Flutter to get the exact steps, but let's try using Gemini. Let's try using Gemini. Let's go over here. I need a step-by-step walkthrough guide that is super easy to understand how to deploy a Flutter app to the iOS store and to the Android or Google Play Store. I've done it before, but I do it like not often. I'm going to invest some more money into Devon so that I can build out some more features. Maybe a new feature every other month to put out. That way the app can have like consistent, consistent stuff being pushed out. All right, so of course, here's a straightforward step-by-step guide to deploy your Flutter app to both Google Play Store and the Apple App Store. This guide assumes you have finished tested Flutter app and ready for launch before you begin. So we already have this. We already have that. Let me see, what was that supposed to be? All right, we got that. Deploying your part 1, deploying to Google Play Store. All right. Deploying to Android involves creating a secure key, so I already got this, building a release version on this computer, and then uploading it through the Google Play console. Prepare your app's info. I think we already have all this stuff done. I'm gonna say this. The app was already previously deployed, and I want to deploy new features. I'm using a MacBook Pro. And here's the thing, right? When you're prompting and stuff like that, when you start seeing the results that they're giving you, so now I'm seeing they're talking about Windows, they're giving me directions on how to do it brand new. I'm like, all right, I already did this before. So now I'm giving it more context. I'm on a Mac. I already did a deployment before. So let's start from there. Let's start from there, right? Which with what I prompted, it's fair that they started from the very beginning, but then I see, okay, now I see where we're at. Let me give a little bit more context. All right, so deploying an update with new features is much simpler than the initial setup since all your accounts and app configurations are already in place. Here's a streamlined guide for deploying an update from your MacBook Pro. Update the version number, so how to do that, thoroughly test your new features, we did that. Update on the Google Play Store. You'll reuse the same upload keys you did the first time. Build a new app bundle. Create a new, all right, cool. So let's go, I'm gonna move this to the other screen and we're gonna start our deployment process, all right? So let's go to, I don't really need this one. Let's put that over here. Let's close, oops. Let's close. All right, so let's go over here. And I'm going to take my Gemini window, put it over here. All right, so we have everything here. Make that a little smaller so we can see it all. I'm gonna go to terminal. First thing that I am going to do, I am going to merge my branch so that I don't have the same issue that I had last time, right? So I'm gonna do this first. Let's go to see repositories, time cost calculator. All right, cool. Let's go over to here. And we are going to do pull request. We're going to do new pull request. Make sure there's no code in here. It's status, modified pub spec. I guess I'll push that up. Git commit pub spec lock m updated pub spec lock git push. All right, so now we're gonna do compare base to Devin. So we want to take these changes and merge them into our main branch. So let's do create pull request. And we're going to say feature added added new features to the app, right? And let me go and didn't Devin create a pull request? Hold on a second. Let me see, closed. Add comprehensive history and categorization. There it goes right there. So was this closed? Why was this closed? Let me see what happened. Devin close. Oh, I see what happened. All right, let me open this back up then. Let me reopen this pull request. And I can say, well, it's no different. So let's go back over here. Let me close this pull request. And I'll just use the one that I was going to do because it's the same thing. It is the same thing. So just with that pub spec lock. So let's go here. Let's go and say with this one. But the reason I wanted to use this one was because it had all the details. It had all the deets in there. Oh, I'm tripping. I am tripping. So it should still, all right, so we're good, we're good. So let me go ahead and closed. I'm good. I'm good now. Now I know where I'm at. So let's go ahead and reopen this. Because it should still have the change that I just did, right? Yep. There it goes right there. So I'm going to reopen this. The reason I want to reopen this one is because it has all the details, all the stuff, things that were done, right? So I am going to say merge this pull request. Now we're merged into master. And I'm not going to delete the branch yet, but so now that that's done, I can just minimize that. And I can say, let's go here to, all right, cool. So here we are. So let's do a git pull, git checkout main, do another git pull. What? I have divergent branches. Git pull. Why do I have the divergent branches? What's divergent about this? Git pull. No rebase. Why do we have merge conflicts? So we have merge conflicts in the pubspec YAML and the pubspec. What? When did I make changes on this? All right, let's see what these changes are. Let's see what these changes are. The beauty of software development. Merge changes are the worst. Let's see. Of conflicts. So, changes for main. Let's see. We want. I guess we would. So we have on one of them we have 1.3. This one we have 1.29, and then here we have 2.0. I'm going to say this is the old one. I try accept right. Okay. And what else do we have? This one, resolve conflicts. I'm going to accept the right one as well. And let's see, get status. And I guess get commit M updates from merge, I guess, from Devin work. All right, well, now we definitely have to try to run it because I have no idea what if it broke anything. Let's see. Got that. And so far, so good. I think it's gonna be fine. Test. Okay. Okay. And save activity. Go to history tab. There's something I will fix later on. There we go. There we go. No templates because we had stopped it. Cool. Looks good to me. Looks good to me. All right, so let's go ahead and go back over to our terminal. Now we are going to be using our Gemini guide. Make sure everything, all right, we can see everything. Cool. So we are going to do, let me push this as well. All right, so we need to go into our pubspec YAML and we need to update our version somewhere over here to I think this is a major version upgrade, 3.0. And then this is going to be 13. This is a major version upgrade because we have totally new features coming out. Got that. So that one is taken care of. Update both the version name, the part before the plus, and the version code, the part after the plus. The version code must be higher than the previous one. So if your last version was 1.2.0 plus 5, your new version would be 1.3.0 plus 6. So for those who aren't familiar with versioning, this stands for major version, minor version, and this is the patch. And this would be the code, which is used for Google and Android. I don't know if anybody else uses it.
Lunch break.
But this over here is the first number is major version. This one is minor version, so like minor changes that are within that version. And then these are like if you have bug fixes, patches, and stuff like that. That's what that means. All right. So we will go to break and we'll come back for one last segment where we will continue pushing up to Google Play. And if we have time, we'll push it up to Apple as well. All right. So let's go to full screen. There we have it. There we have it. All right, let me check the chat. Let me check the chat really quick and see what we got going on in here. Let's see. Junior says it's better now. Mic sound is not as good. What is going on with my mic? I didn't do anything to my mic. I don't know. Hopefully it sounds better now. Video is steady right now. Appreciate it. Thanks for letting me know, Magnetar, because everything looked good on my end, so I don't know. Oh my God, stop the show. We got Tech Bag Trey in the building. What's going on, Tech Bag Trey? Thank you so much for tuning in. Truly appreciate you. Tech Bag Trey says, looks like some major work being done. And you know how we roll. You know how we get down over here. So basically what happened, right? Google threatened me. They said that I was not working hard enough. Yes. They said me, TechCoach, is not working hard enough, that I have not done any development work with my Google developer account for too long, and that they were threatening to shut down my Google developer account. So I made a video last month of how I use Devin AI from Cognition to add a new feature to my time cost calculator app. And I just didn't get around to deploying it because I've been working on other applications. And I'm like, well, you know what, Google? I'm gonna spend the time to get it ready tonight. So that's what we're finishing up tonight, so that I can have it in the App Store within the next couple of weeks, maybe even sooner. So that's the plan. Let's see. Tech Back Trey says, "What up, bro? I for sure do. What's up, man? Oh, you are very much appreciated over here on this channel.
I appreciate you.
All right, let me see what was our next topic of conversation for our break before we get back to finishing up pushing this to the App Store. All right, let me see. What did I have over here? We have. Let's see, what is this? Let's see if we had any callers. We don't have any callers. So we'll just leave that at that. So, let me see. I don't have any other topic right now. So what we can do, we can make the most of our time, and we can go back into this last segment of work so that we can finish this up, because we got 20 minutes left for the show, hopefully, and we got 20 minutes of work as well. All right, so let's just, unless somebody wants to call in, the link is open. It's pinned to the top of the chat. Anybody wants to call in, feel free. But until then, let's get this last segment of working. But the call-in link is open for any and everybody.
It's time to do.
All right, let's do it. Let's run it up. All right, so it says the next step is so we got our versioning done. Let's see, you'll reuse the same upload keys. We got that. Build the new app. All right, so now we're gonna start building our app. We have to do Flutter build app bundle. And now it is building our release for Google. Make sure we don't have any issues. Source value 8 will be obsolete in the future and will be removed in a future release. All right, so we'll take care of that when that comes up. Let's see. But this is going to be really, really cool to get, because this is going to be our third update for the app, third major update for the app. And I have a whole list. I made a video a couple of months ago about how I told Manus about the app. Manus went and researched my app. I gave it the link to it in the Apple Store. Went in and researched it. Researched competitors of the app. Told me why my app, why my app was better than other people's app, and things to do to it, like features to add to make it stand out. I implemented the first one, right? I asked Manus again for some how to integrate AI into the app, and it gave me some crazy ideas. That's gonna be I have a whole 18-month feature roadmap for this application. Crazy stuff. So I'm working on it. It's hard for me to prioritize working on the app, although this is a great app. Let me see, what's this? Release bundle failed. Release bundle failed. What? Let's see what's going on. Let's see. Release app bundle failed to strip debug symbols from native libraries. Please run Flutter Doctor. All right, let's see what's going on with that. This is why you don't wait till the last minute to do these things. Flutter Doctor to see all detail. All right, so let's see what's going on. Oh, let's see. There's that. 2 categories. All right, so let's see what's going on. See. All right, so let's do the first one. Easy enough. Flutter Doctor Android licenses. Android SDK manager not found. Update to the latest Android. Oh my god. All right. Okay, so it's not one thing, it's another. Let's see. Try. All right. Android toolchain developed for Android devices. Android SDK version 35. CM. Dart on your path resolves to this one, which is not inside your current Flutter SDK checkout. Consider adding to the front of your path. What does that mean? All right. So we're going to continue using Gemini. Let's see. I'm going to say I got an error while building the app bundle. What was my error? This was my error. What should I do next? So let's have it help us through the error. There's a X community called Build in Public, and I was thinking about it. You know what? I've been building in public for the past 2 years now. You know what I mean? All right, this happens when there's a mismatch between the version of Android Native Development Kit and Flutter expects to have the one you have installed. Run Flutter Doctor. We did that, but I'll do it again. Okay, we got that. Check the output. Look in the Android toolchain section. It might give you a clue about the missing mismatch NDK. All right. To fix NDK, open Android Studio Tools. So we can go to Tools, SDK manager. Click on SDK tools tab and check the show package detail. All right, look at the NDK side by side, deselect any versions that are currently installed. Say that again? Say what? Look at the NDK side by side, deselect any versions that are currently installed. Select and install a known stable version. All right, so how would I know what a stable version is? Let's see. I guess 36 would be. Wait. Says look for NDK. Where's NDK? Oh, NDK side by side. Okay, there we go. So deselect any that are checked. And they said to select and install a known stable version. I'm gonna guess that this is a known stable version. Click apply. Hopefully this doesn't mess everything up, but okay. Let's let it do its thing. Let it do its thing. How long is this gonna take? Oh, no, it shouldn't take too long. But this is why you don't wait to, they said my deadline was September 3rd. That's why you don't wait to September 2nd to try to do all this stuff. So happy that we're getting a head start on it. Get this thing downloaded, get it installed, and then we can, let's see what's next after that, right? So clean and retry the build. After fixing the NDK, you should always clean your project before attempting to build again. Then we're gonna, so Flutter clean and then Flutter build app bundle. The workaround, disable symbol stripping. If you're in a hurry and the steps above don't work, you can tell Gradle not to strip the symbol. The only downside in your app bundle will slightly be larger, which is usually not a major issue. Let's do it right. I'd rather do it right. Cool. So that's it. No, it's almost done. Didn't have to install it. Maybe the progress bar isn't going where we want it to go, but it is what it is. So it's uninstalling these two. It's going to be installing this one. What is NDK? Let's see. What is the NDK? All right, so it's installing now. NDK Native Development Kit is a set of tools that allow developers to write parts of Android app using native code languages like C and C++. Think of it this way. Most of Android app is like a family car built with standard parts, Java and Kotlin that are reliable for everyday driving. But sometimes for a really demanding task, you need a high performance race car engine. So that's like having a minivan with a Hellcat engine. NDK lets a developer build that special engine with C and C++ and put it inside a standard family car. Okay, that's going to be a very, very fast minivan. So let's finish this up. Let's say okay. Let's do Flutter clean. And let it do its thing. And now we're going to do Flutter. I should really start this over again just to make sure that, ooh, look at that. Uh-oh. Well, that's not the one I wanted. Let's go with this one. What just happened here? Let me see. Let me stop this altogether. Let's run that back. Uh-oh. Is it gonna run? Is it gonna run? I don't know. Let's see what happens. Because sometimes making these changes, they can cause havoc. But then again, I did clean the project, so it might not be able to start from memory. So let's see what happens. It's installing this. Wait, why is it doing 20? I thought I just removed 26. Huh. Let me see something. I just removed 26. It's installing it back. SDK tools, 28. Preparing NDK side by side, 26. Is it specified somewhere? Let's see. Not in here. Okay, well, whatever. Let's see what happens. Let me just remove it. But I mean, if we can get it to work with 26, that'll be fine too. I just want something to work. But like I was saying the other day, I don't care when things like I actually welcome when things go wrong, because when things go wrong, it just takes you down a exploratory rabbit hole. And like I like the past few days, I learned so much about React. I learned so much about Vite. I learned so much about styling. So for me, everything that I do is a learning opportunity. It's always a learning opportunity to know more, to do more. And then I've been documenting a lot of the like for the project that we're working on. I'll take the output of the work that Lovable does, and then I'll put that into our story for reference. Hello. Okay, so let's see. Let me see. See if it's gonna work. Okay, so it built. All right, so now let's try to stop that. Let's go back over to our terminal. Flutter. Go over here. Still on screen. Got some more space. All right, so Flutter build app bundle. Let's see if it's going to go through this time. And then maybe we'll address those warnings to go away from value 8 for whatever that is. It's saying my ads use a deprecated API. I have to check into that too. But let's see if it's able to build this time. If it is able to build, then we will be able to continue along with these steps over here, where we will, let's see. Huh, just having that issue. The app bundle failed to strip the debug symbol. So let me do our Flutter doctor again. The good doctor. Let's see. Let's see. Flutter version unstable channel. Warning: Dart on your path resolves to here, which is not inside of here. Consider adding to the front of your path. So let's see. How would I do this? Let's see. Then the other issue is this. Let's do. So let's do this. I can do Vim actually. Vim shrc, and then in front of export path, we would do this. Go to the very bottom of the file. So very bottom to do that. Do that. I. Do that. And then Q, get out of that. And then export path, save and apply. Source dot dshrc ds. What? Let's try that again. Source z squiggly dot e. Okay. Verify fix. Let's see which Dart. And it should say that. All right, we got that. And if we say flutter doctor -v for verbose. All right, so that part is done. All right, so now let's try to fix this one. How can we fix this one? And here's the thing, right? When we run it through the emulator, everything looks great. Everything looks great. But then when you go to deploy, building the Android bundle, all that stuff, you run into issues. So you just need to know how. You have to be patient. You have to be very, very patient, because I would have, like, if I was new to this, I would have been pulling out my hair over the past few weeks when I made a change the other day in Lovable, and it just totally like changed the whole layout. I was like, all right. Ooh, I was like, slow that down. Now I don't even ask Lovable anymore to try to fix something. I just say we're restoring, and I go back and say, all right, now make the same change again. Do not do any UI changes. All right, how to fix? Navigate the SDK manager, tools. Let's go here, tools, SDK manager. Select the SDK tools tab and install the command line tools for the item name Android. All right, let's go here. Okay, latest would be, we don't have any of them installed. Okay, that's interesting. So let's do this one. And we're gonna do, okay. That's interesting. We didn't have any of them installed. Take care of that. Apply the changes, click apply, okay, and we'll download and install the necessary, run there, accept the licenses. Then we should be all right to go after that. Okay, cool. Let's see what we can get done. Maybe we'll go a little bit longer so we can finish this up. All right, and then maybe next time we will work on deploying or testing Android and deploying Android. Let's go and say okay, and we're gonna do flutter doctor again -v for verbose. Let's
Lunch break.
We need to accept the licenses. Platform 35. Okay, so Flutter Doctor, Android licenses, let's do that. Review licenses that have not been accepted. I guess. Yes. 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 I know I accepted these before, so I don't know why they're asking for me to do it again. Okay, now let's try Flutter Doctor one more time. And we have all green check marks. Now we're going to do Flutter. Flutter build. Flutter build app bundle. Let's try that again. Eventually it's gonna work, right? All right, we are built. Let's go. Let's get it.
Let's get it.
What I'm talking. That's give me one. Give me one of these. Right. So that's there. So now let's go back up here a little bit. We are log into Google Play Console. All right. So now we got to go to Google Play Console. Select my developer account where they're threatening to shut me down. See, develop. You see the threat. Do you see the threat right here? You know what, Google? You know what, Google? I have a question for you.
Yeah, I have a lot of questions. Number one, how dare you?
And
How dare you?
I tell you, tisk 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 tisk. All right, let's get this underway. Right. So we need to select your app on the left menu. Release production. Where's my app? So there goes my app. And on the left menu, test and release, production, and probably not a good idea to release without testing, but we're going to do create new release. And we are going to do drop the app bundle like it's hot. Build app outputs, build app outputs, bundle release, app release. All right, drag that bad boy right here. Boom. There we go. So now it's uploading the app. $13. Okay. Release notes. All right, let me see if I can go to my so I can get some release notes from here. Let's see, core fix. Copy that. Paste it into here. And we will say, I'm going to move the major features ahead of the core fixes. And we say next. And let me make this bigger again. Changes to your supported devices. Total device support by this release. Yes, weird. Should be fine. All right. Let's see. Let's go to save. And your changes has been saved to send to Publix, send to Google for review. Go to publishing overview, go to overview. Let me see. So I have to send it for review. I wonder if let me see something real quick. If I go to the App Store, because does it get to test mode? I'm just wondering if it gets to test mode. Let's see. Let's see. All right. I wonder if there's a way I can also push it to test mode. Let me see. Testing, open testing. Could I push this to create release? Could I? Just curious if I can get it in test mode before I send it. Because I would like to get into test mode before I send it to that full release. But this looks even older. I don't know. I'm kind of confused. Let's see what happens. I don't know. It's kind of weird. Okay, so it's already used. Okay, so let's do add from library then. Let's do this. Add to release. Hold on. Let's do that. And I could do, go back to take the core fixes. And next, save. Go to overview. Trying to think, send to. But is this for the test or is it for testing, open testing? Okay, let me see. We have this here. Create and manage open testing to make your app available to testers. Anyone can join your test. Okay, so now if that's there, not yet sent. But it's under testing though, right? Publishing overview. Send 2 changes for review. Let me take a look at this over here. What 2 changes are they talking about though? Oh, okay. So right, so I'm gonna do this. I'm going to send this first for the open testing first. Do that one. And then once I can confirm on a few devices that it's working as expected, then I will go ahead and push the I'll push the give me a second. Let me move. I don't let this go. I could discard it. It's not that serious. Let me discard this one for now. Your release will be removed from publishing overview, and it would not be included. All right, let's do that. Because I like to test it first before I do anything crazy. So let's go here, publishing overview. 1 to send. Send that. Let's send open testing for review. I can test it. Testers can test it. And then we can, once that happens, maybe if it gets approved, I'll show tomorrow morning that it's available in the App Store for testers. And then if all that goes good, maybe later on in the week, we can actually push the full thing to production. Maybe Thursday, we'll work on the iOS side of the game. Or maybe next week. I don't know. We'll see. I didn't get any notice from Apple threatening me, so we shall see. I mean, then again, you did pay them $100. So they might be a little bit more lenient than Google's $25. Who knows? Who knows, right? But let's let it go. Let's go wrap it up for tonight. All right. So that's it. That is it for tonight. Let me know what you thought. Let me know, did you have a great time? Did you enjoy yourself? We did a lot of work. We used up our tokens. I shared with you guys about messing up with me. Messing up with me is better than messing up on the job. And that's why I take you to training camp. That's why we are always in the tech gym, rung it up, working out, getting our reps in so that once we are actually in game 7, we do not end up like Steph Curry and Andre Iguodala having LeBron James, the company, pin your layup off of the backboard. You can go and do a slam dunk and you can win it all right? But that's it. Let me see. Quick announcements. Tomorrow morning, I'm gonna be going live a little earlier than normal because I do have a meeting at 8:30 a.m. Eastern time. So gonna start off a little early, get that done. And we're gonna be working on our N8N workflow, our marketing. We have the right prompt to generate our images, so we're gonna keep going with that, which is coming in at the perfect time actually because I need some marketing. And then at noon, I am going to be premiering how to have great token load management, not to be confused with sports load management, which we all hate, but how to have effective token and credit load management so that you do not end up like me when my first month of using Lovable. Within 48 hours, I was at 95 of my 100 credits already used. That's what happened to me, and I don't want it to happen to you. So let me help you help yourself. So tune in at noon Eastern time as I talk you through how to effectively manage your AI credits and tokens, all of that good stuff. All right. And that is it. Remember, we have Vibe Code and Chill Saturday afternoon at techcoachroute.dev. Sign up today. I have the live meetups free. To watch the replay, that one you need to have an account. So if you want to join me on Saturday, sign up at techcoachroute.dev. Join the Google Meet. Let's collaborate. Let's talk. Let me create a prototype for you. See how I do it. All of that good stuff. We have a lot of credits to use, so we're going to be on there for a good minute. All right. But that's about it. That is about it. If you haven't done so already, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know every time we go live and drop new content. But on that note, I will see you guys bright and early in the morning. Tech Coach Ralph, we are out.
Spartans! What is your profession? I'm not that far removed from the storm. The heat still lingers, my heart still warm. I try to change, but the core remains. I'm not that far removed from the flame.
I'm not that far removed from the storm. The heat still lingers, my heart still warm. I try to change, but the core remains. I'm not that far removed from the flame.
They pushed and pulled like I'm a game to play. Thought I'd crumble, thought I'd stray. I walked away from shadows I knew, but I'm not that far removed from the view.
They threw their stones, I caught them all. Built a wall so I wouldn't fall. Changed my name, changed my tune, but I'm not that far removed from the moon.
I'm not that far removed from the fire that burns, the soul I prove. You can test me, you can try, but I'm still the storm, the unbroken sky. I bury my past, but it won't stay gone. A ghost in the mirror, it lingers on. Try to rewrite, try to improve, but I'm not that far removed from the groove.
I buried the fire, but it still flickers low. They thought I'd crumble, but they don't even know. The echoes of me that I left in the past still rise like a shadow I can't outlast.
They see my face, but they don't see the scars. Every line's a map, a story that's ours. I wear my armor, my heart's subdued, but I'm not that far removed from the crude.
They built their walls, but I've got my tools. Try to make me dance to their shallow rules. I walked away, but the fight's in my veins. Not that far gone from my old hurricane.
They wanted a puppet, but I cut the strings. Tried to clip my wings, but I still sing. I shed my skin, but the scars still show. Not that far gone from the me they used to know. I'm not that far removed from the fire that burns. The storm, the unbroken sky.
Oh, they act like I've forgotten the fight, but I'm a phoenix not lost in the night. I've grown taller, but the roots run deep. I'll wake the thunder if they wake the beast.
Oh, they act like I've forgotten the fight, but I'm a phoenix not lost in the night. I've grown taller, but the roots run deep. I'll wake the thunder if they wake the beast.
Oh, they act like I've forgotten the fight, but I'm a phoenix not lost in the night. I've grown taller, but the roots run deep. I'll wake the thunder if they wake the